What up, what up? So, I wanted to do a video on the first time I hopped the freight train with Keenan and Connor. I think I said a little bit about it in the video about the crazy redneck. I can't really remember. That was a really long time ago. Um, but Keenan and Connor were my main road dogs, you know what I mean? I had road dogs before that, but they are the first ones that I hopped trains with. And they were both 16 years old. They were living under their mom's table. They're little punk rock kids, like oi punks, you know what I mean? Street punk kids. Connor was more than like Sid Vicious, kind of had the spiky hair and colored. Keenan, same thing. They're twin brothers, you know what I mean? So Connor was a little bit more sarcastic, had jokes. So did Keenan, he had jokes, but he was sensitive, you know what I mean? Connor was more of a pain in the fucking ass. Keenan was more submissive, you know, hey, do this, dog. I mean, because that is how it is out there. It's the alpha world, you know what I mean? Not trying to put an alpha beta complex on shit, but you know what I mean? That's just how it is out there. Same with being locked up or anything you do, work, you know what I mean? If you're a lead on a job, you're the alpha, you know, you're the pusher. Well, that's how I was when I hopped trains. Connor was younger than me, but, you know, he still had that attitude. He'd always try to buck me, you know what I mean? It was cool. I mean, me and that kid fought so many times, but we did it for fun. People would freak out. I'd be like, all right, let's get it, like out of nowhere when we're bored. I just wanted him to be tough. Keenan wasn't about it really. He was more of a passive, you know. He'd probably fall more in the crust punk there towards the end. Me and Connor were more like gutter punks. Fuck you, yeah, whiskey, fucking dope, this like crack. I mean, Keenan had his fair share of drugs. He was just a weirdo, kind of. No offense. He's dead. Rest in peace. Both of them are dead. Rest in peace. Um, but yeah, our original plan was to hop out of San Antonio, Texas, but we went to the Kirby yard, and the bull was just going back and forth. I don't know if someone just got caught, because I ended up hopping out of there years later with Keenan. But anyways, we ended up getting a ride from one of their friends. They're a part of this punk rock collective out in San Antonio. They're lames, whatever, but they gave us a ride all the way to New Orleans, and then we ditched. I made them ditch. I'm an asshole, I guess, you know what I mean? I didn't like them, so I was like, fuck that, we're gonna go do our own thing. I don't need no babysitter, motherfucker. So we get to New Orleans, we're on Bourbon Street, you know what I mean? We're meeting the street kids. We didn't know a flying fuck how to hop a train. We just knew we need water, food, backpack. We had our backpacks, we had our gear. I've already done the hitchhiking thing, so I had the basic grasp of it. First night in Bourbon Street, I got locked up in OPP. 7 days. I grabbed a stripper's ass on Bourbon Street, got knocked out. Got out 7 days later, found them. They're pissed. Fucking pissed. I mean, they're 16 years old on the 7th ward of New Orleans. You know what I mean? You go down the ghetto, and that's where all the squats are, 9th ward, shit like that. And that's where you hop out. So we found out that yard down there by all the squats is where you hopped out. So we sat down there. We didn't know what train to get on. So we did get on a train. We're just like, fuck it, let's just get on a train. Wherever the fuck it goes, we're gone. So we get on a train that's like 7 tracks over or something like that. Well, those tracks are for being humped. They call it humping the freight trains. Where they'll hump them, connect them, or disconnect them. We were on a train getting humped for 5 hours. 5 hours of this. Boom, 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 boom. And we had dogs. I had Braun. And I think Keenan had Flea at the time. So we jump off, we're like, what the fuck? This is fucking dumb. So we go back to this like little McDonald's, fill up our water bottle, and we ran into this crusty, they're more like, these kids were more racist, you know what I mean? They were like, they're not crusty, they're like gutter punks. I don't know how to explain them. They have rebel flags, you know what I mean? They're like, this is a different branch of them, you know what I mean? They had rebel flags, like they're probably more front gate, A campers, but they're like, nah, bro, you guys are gonna fucking die. They'll go back and get on the 2nd track going east. So like, all right, boom, right when you get there, there's like a big abandoned fucking old shed thing. And we sat there for maybe an hour, and the train rolls up. Boom, we fill it out, we jump on it. We barely had water because we're sitting at that spot for a while, so we're drinking our water, giving the water to the dogs, eating our food like dumbasses. That's what you don't do at a hop out. You don't eat all your food. You know, you don't get all wasted, eat all your food, and then be fucked on that train because you don't know how long it's gonna be. And what I give or take to most people that ride, and say you're driving in a car somewhere and it takes 4 hours on a freight train, it'll probably take double that unless you're on a high priority train. And our first train ride was a grainer porch, and we rode it in the wind, and we rode it like over 1,000 miles, so we earned our skink, our rag, on our first ride without even knowing. But anyways, we rode that fucker all the way to South Carolina, and we were on for 4 days like a grip. That train was stopping everywhere, you know what I mean? And fucking finally we get there. I barely remember a lot of it, but we get there, we jump off in like Greensboro or Greensville, and where we jumped off at, there was already travelers there under a bridge, and his name was Dirty, and I can't remember his chick's name, and there was another one, and they were been doing this for years, like 10 years. We're like new at this, like we have hella money because we're young, and I have two like 6-year-old fucking kids, and they made hella money panhandling in New Orleans. So we had money, and they're like sitting there cooking chicken on a fucking crate, or I mean a basket from like Walmart, and they broke it down, and we're like, man, oh fuck that, we're gonna go eat at fucking Pizza Hut, bro. Like oogles, bro. Like first time fucking punk kids, you know what I mean? Later on, you know, I understood it. You get more into the lifestyle, you know, to save your money and what to do, you know what I mean? Well, you ate, and we came back, and they're like, they had the radios, you know, so they can listen to the train conductors coming in, and they're like, get on this train, it's going more east to North Carolina. So like, fuck it, we got on, because we're getting antsy, you know, all we wanted to do is just keep going. Like, damn, we just rode that train, man. Fucker's loud, it's fucking exhilarating when you get on it, and you're fucking nervous, you know what I mean? It's like the best feeling of your life. You're like the last pioneer, man. It's like outlaw shit. But we get on that motherfucker, hop on, and this is what I didn't know till later on. I'll get more into the story and where the story goes when I lost both of them. But we get on it, and it was a gondola, and it had train tracks in it, like, you know, cut down, and it kept moving towards us. Like, every time the train would stop, boom, boom, moving towards us. We ended up jumping off in North Carolina, thank God, because we probably would have died. And the reason I say this is because there were kids in New Orleans that we sent out, and they got crushed by that shit. If you hit a yard and they unhump it and they hump that train, it's gonna slam all those rails in you, dead. You know what I mean? Thank God we got off. But we got off in North Carolina, in Charlottesville or some fucking big city out there, and like we didn't know where to go. You know what I mean? There's this freaking hella black people. No offense, but you know, out there it's way back. You know what I mean? They're not with the time, so. For us, it's weird, where it's like, what the fuck, these people, redneck motherfuckers? And I mean, everyone had rebel flags, which I thought was cool, but they're both like half Mexican, so they're like, oh, fuck that shit. But I thought it was pretty cool, but they didn't, so they're kind of like, ugh. But I kept telling them, you got to get off the tracks. They just wanted to keep hanging out by the tracks. Boom, I guess a sheriff seen us by the tracks, and he ran all our names. Ran my name, I'm good, I'm 18. He's like, all right. Well, you're good, but these two, they're 16, and they're runaways. I was like, oh, fuck. They ended up fucking taking them from me, and I had to go on by myself. Ended up taking them, and then their mom ended up having to fly a plane to get them out of foster home and flying back. And then my mom ended up adopting Keenan later on, before he passed away, before he turned 18, 20, and all that. But yeah, that was the first train ride, and I was stuck by myself in North Carolina with my pit bull Braun. And I mean, that was my first train ride, and like, let me tell you, like, Charlotte's mainly black, you know what I mean? I was the only white kid downtown by the fucking bus station, you know what I mean? I hit up my homie's parents. I was like, yo, dude, I'm fucking stuck out here. I fucked up. I lost my road dog. I didn't know how to get out of there, you know? I wasn't experienced with it, you know? Like, all the way up until that age of, like, I traveled hitchhiked, but I hitchhiked with someone most of the time. Somewhat. But being out there, I was iffy, you know what I mean? Like, I was watching the news in the bus thing about this white kid's getting killed, and I'm not trying to bring race in this, guys. It's just what I've seen out there, and it was sketch. And like, a lady took me home before I ended up getting the bus thing, and I was watching news there, and she's just telling me, she's like, the cops are crooked out here, fucking people, they're backwoods. She's like, I fear for you, you need to get out of here, at least go back to South Carolina, you know, everyone's white. So I was just like, damn. But I ended up getting a bus ticket back, and then when Keenan and them got out of the foster home from their mom, I went and got him again. Keenan came actually by himself to Farmington, and then we took off back and got Connor. And Connor and Keenan never really got along, so they couldn't travel together. You know, they're twin brothers. They're both polar opposites. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was the first train ride. I'll leave it at that for now. I'll cut it loose right there and let you guys hear that one for a while. The next video I'll do will be about like things to carry with you, weapons maybe, or how much to pack in the summer, because you don't want to pack. I'll get into that, you know what I mean? Someone was asking me about that, and I told them I'd make a video on it, so I will do that, brother, for sure. But you know, to those of you that are watching this that are still riding, you know what I mean, just be safe, you know what I mean? Times change. I mean, I quit well, I was 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I quit 5 years ago, you know, hopping trains. So I can imagine how much it's blown up now, and how much the bulls are on, and how much kids act stupid at the train yard, you know what I mean, in disrespect. I can only imagine. I heard a little bit about Austin under Slaughter and Manchuck, like they check it every month, wipe it out. I'm sure they took all Jailbird J shit down. We had fucking railroad spikes, pictures, a tag. I didn't do the tag. I don't know who did the tag, but it was, and our skanks fucking pissed on it, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that's all gone. Disrespectful ass pigs, but you know what I mean? People blow up shit, blow up the hop out spots. That's why I didn't really like hop out spots a lot of the times. Later on, I'll probably go and because I forgot a lot of this. Like, now that I think about like this train ride, it's like I'm trying to think of where I hopped out after that for my second train. I think it might have been Austin. And I've hopped out of Austin like a good 10, 15 times. So, and most of them were blacked out and I wake up somewhere. I hopped out of New Mexico a few times. I don't really fuck with Belen. I fuck with Gallup when I do. You either go east or west. I hopped out west one time. Fucking dope. Went through the Mojave Desert, Kingman, all that. All the way into Barstow and the Colton Yard. And then I've hopped out east or northeast going into Kansas City, Missouri, where I got 2 warrants, pulled off a train twice. One because I fucking did not know what the fuck I was doing in that yard. And then one I got caught at a hop out. Other than that, yeah, fucking, it's bringing back memories of times when I was by myself too, hopping out there. But yeah, I'll get more into that. And that's the worst thing, man, when you're by yourself and you're stuck in a city that you know nothing about. It's easy after a while once you start experiencing cities like New York, you know, Oakland, all California. But then when you go into like these backwoods areas and like, you know, fucking ghettos that you've never been before and you don't know how they are there, it's a little iffy. You always want someone with you. You know what I mean? When I would go alone, that was dumb of me. You know, you always want protection. You always want someone to have your back. You don't know how many travelers are hating on you because you fucked their chick, or you know what I mean, or something happened, you know what I mean. I got in so many fights out there. You know, I had haters. I probably got mad haters now, but hey, fuck them. I ain't never riding again. If you want to come to Farmington, you'll find out. Other than that, yeah, that's just a little one. We'll get into like train tags, you know what I mean? Hopping on different types of freight trains, hopping the engine, getting into the engine, being able to sit on the conductor's seat and watch all the gauges, hear them up front. It's kind of cool. Someone did come on here in the comments and said that he helped out, or no, that was on my Facebook, that they helped out someone freezing, I think, by putting them in the engine. And it's like, my life's been saved a couple times by hopping on those engines, you know what I mean? Especially going through the mountains and shit in the winter, which is dumb. Better off just hitchhiking in the winter for the most part, unless you got some really good gear. I mean, on that freight train, if it's hot, it's 20 times hotter. If it's cold, it's 20 times colder. You're on steel, you know what I mean? And in the wind, it's bad. I've been stuck on freight trains in storms, rainstorms. Like coming into New Orleans too, fucking, it gets bad. We had to put a tarp. Our fucking train was flooding in it. This is horrible. All your gear's soaked. You're cold. pretty crazy. Other than that, I'll let you guys go. Stay positive. Keep pushing forward. And thank you to all the new subscribers. You guys are coming more and more, which is awesome. The haters are coming. You know, when I hear a while back, cause I ain't even got any haters yet. Now I must be doing something right. You know what I mean? Cause I got a lot of haters, a lot of trash talkers, internet gangbangers. You know what I mean? Yeah, fuck you. I don't care. You're just gonna make me fucking famous, bro. I don't care. Not that that's really what I'm trying to do. It's just trying to get my story out there. Someone said something about a book that writes books. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be the ultimate goal if I can just get my memory all the way back. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of my stories are just everywhere. You know what I mean? And so it'll probably be like that the whole time I'm on here. I can't give you a timeline. I was so fucked up on drugs and alcohol. But now I'm doing good. Anyways, you guys stay up. Keep prospering. Catch you guys later. Peace.